What up, Hyperchange? Welcome to another episode. Today I wanted to tell you guys about my latest investment idea. This one is crazy. It's not a stock. It's not even a cryptocurrency. It is the Boring Company hat. Yes, I bought 10 more of these Boring Company hats. This one I already had a couple weeks ago, and I just ordered 10 more as a Christmas present to myself. But before I tell you guys why I think this is an awesome investment, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background on the Boring Company. Founded by Elon Musk in late 2016. It started out when he was in traffic in LA, just getting really frustrated, who doesn't in traffic, and starts tweeting about how he wishes he could just build a tunnel and just go right under the traffic and get to where he needs to go. And then all of a sudden, in a series of tweets, it seems like he decides to start this company. Several months later, apparently the company is actually purchasing its first boring machine. He's given a little bit of funding. He's calling this a side project or hobby, but literally Elon Musk started a new company just out of a tweet and frustration. I mean, this is true entrepreneurship. The bigger the problem, the bigger the opportunity. He was so pissed off at traffic that he had to solve it. Then in a TED Talk in April 2017, he unveils this incredible video where his kind of vision for the future and what the Boring Company is going to build in partnership with Tesla. Sort of this vision where you have cars that can go park on the side of the street, are shot underground into this tunnel. They're put on an electric skate that goes 120 to 150 miles an hour, shoots you through the tunnel, super speed, no traffic, and then pops you up. This is great for like longer distances. I think Elon Musk is building the first one from SpaceX headquarters to the LAX airport. But you can imagine a ton of different scenarios where this could be a really useful way for transportation to get across different cities where normally there would just be absurd amounts of traffic. Beyond just building this electric skate for cars like Tesla and little electric minibuses, there's also a huge opportunity to build tunnels for Elon Musk's Hyperloop technology. This is the vacuum sealed tube that shoots you at 700 miles an hour. They've said this could reduce travel times from SF to New York to somewhere like an hour or two. There's just insane possibilities with this technology. So now the Boring Company is actually getting off the ground. If you go to their website, they have 9 different job openings. I was actually down in LA at SpaceX headquarters a week ago and tried to get a couple pictures. They were clearly already starting to build the tunnel. I even saw like the tunneling machine and the parts that go into the tunnel. So there's a bunch of actual real world progress happening with this Boring Company. Additionally, the Boring Company has laid out plans for an extended kind of LA subway line that they're planning to build. And apparently that's what they're already starting near SpaceX. Just on December 15th, Electric reported that the Boring Company has got approval to build a 12.4 mile tunnel in Maryland. Then there was other reports from Electric that the Boring Company was bidding on a project to build a rapid high-speed train in Chicago. The idea is this could get you to the airport way faster and way cheaper than the cost of a taxi cab or Uber ride. Awesome, exciting success story. I mean, there's so much that needs to be disrupted in the realm of transport. I mean, it's such a big, like, I think that's one of the biggest headaches and pain points that consumers have is getting from A to B in a fun, quick, efficient fashion. The Boring Company is tackling a massive issue. Elon Musk's kind of broader vision for this is that we only have roads that are 1 level high. We have buildings that are 50 levels high. We need to start building 3D cities and go deep underground with tunnels. He thinks this is a lot more efficient than having flying cars, which could break and I don't know, just seeing a million flying cars going over you apparently seems kind of scary to Elon Musk. So he's betting on tunnels as the future, as sort of the 3D, urban transport in these mega cities that are emerging. And so how does this get back to the hat? Like, why did I buy 10 of these hats? Because Elon Musk started something called an initial hat offering, a play on initial coin offering, all that buzz we've been seeing in the crypto space, where he would be selling hats, limited edition, for the Boring Company to raise money. Now, these hats cost 20 bucks a pop, and he sold 50,000. And he was saying that he capped the number of hats they were going to make to preserve the epicness or something like that. And if you do the math, that raises $1 million for the Boring Company. Sure, maybe they had some expenses. It cost them 10 bucks to ship and produce the hat. So they netted 500 grand. But I don't know, just a really quirky, funny fundraising strategy. But that's a side note. The biggest thing is they're limiting the sale of these hats to 50,000. So a couple days ago, Elon Musk tweeted that there was already 46,000 hats sold. So I was like, shit, these are about to sell out any day now. I better buy 10 because when the Boring Company blows up and they build tunnels across everywhere, and there was that one hat that they sold right when the company was getting off the ground. It's going to be a super limited edition collectible. I mean, they might make more Boring Company hats, which would definitely kind of piss me off, and that's a risk. But it seems like Elon's been pretty clear in that he wants to limit the amount of Boring hats to 50,000. I just think this is a really quirky, fun way to play Elon Musk. You can't invest in the Boring Company, they're private, but I can buy their initial hat offering, which I think will still give me exposure to the success of the company. And even if the company flops, I still think these hats are going to go down in history and be a legendary item. And beyond that, that, I think this is an important moment to note that before I was into stocks and things like that, I was trading sneakers. I would go buy sneakers, resell them on eBay, use the profits to buy more sneakers, and kind of, you know, get the snowball rolling like that. And that kind of gave me an appreciation that certain types of clothing and sneakers, if they're limited edition, can be appreciated like art. People have been collecting things like baseball cards, football cards, stamps, limited edition coins, Beanie Babies. You may say there's some bubbles here or not, but I think the broader trend here is that internet is enabling global liquidity for these very small markets that it would have been probably, you know, 50 years ago, impossible to be able to figure out how much my boring company hat was worth and try and sell it. But now I can use platforms like eBay. Additionally, there's a company called StockX, which is a startup that I think you guys all have to check out, that has initially started doing like a stock market for things. Their first product is sneakers. They've started getting into watches, bags, other limited edition items like that. I would not be surprised at all if one day the boring company hat was listed on StockX. That would, I just think that's a no-brainer eventually. You know, there's a very good chance that these hats end up totally worthless and I can never sell them. I don't even really want to sell the hats, to be honest. I kind of want to just give them away to like hyper changers for different epic comments and stuff in the future, give them to my friends. But I just think this is a fascinating case study, and I wanted to show you guys that, you know, investing goes far beyond stocks and far beyond cryptocurrencies and far beyond bonds and the traditional things you think of. Like, get quirky, get outside of the box. Investing is supply and demand, and I think the supply of 50,000 hats is fixed. People are going to start wearing them. You know, the amount of brand new mint condition hats that are out there and available is going to go down every single year. This is me owning a piece of history. It's just such an incredible story to go from tweeting in traffic to starting a company that's going to fundamentally change transportation with tunnels. I think this could have a mega disruptive impact. I think the Boring Company has multi-billions of dollars of potential. I wish I could invest in that company myself, but the closest I'm going to get is buying into their initial hat offering. So I bought 10 of these hats. It could have been the dumbest idea ever, but I'd love to know what you guys think. What's the Boring Company hat going to be trading at in 2020, 2025, 2030? What are your price targets? Let me know in the comments. This is Hyperchange. See you guys next time. Peace.